Ever wondered what really went on behind the camera of some of the most iconic movies we all grew up with? From hilarious behind-the-scenes fixes to moments of real heartbreak, these stories prove that the magic of cinema isn't just what we see on screen. It's also the wild, unpredictable things that happen while making them. Let's start with a bit of movie muscle. In Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger hoists a phone booth like it's nothing. The trick? It was built out of lightweight balsa wood. The irony is, he didn't actually need the shortcut. At the time, he was strong enough to lift a real one. From sheer strength to martial arts mastery, the epic Colosseum duel in Way of the Dragon between Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris wasn't just jaw-dropping to watch, it was grueling to film. It was Norris's very first role, and what looked effortless took 45 hours across 3 long days to capture. Switching to something more magical, when Buttercup leaps into Fezzik's arms in The Princess Bride, Andre the Giant looks like he's holding her with ease. In reality, his back problems were so severe that Robin Wright had to be attached to wires so Andre wouldn't have to carry her weight. Speaking of surprises, remember that yellow Ford Daniel polishes during Mr. Miyagi's wax-on, wax-off training? That car wasn't just a birthday gift in The Karate Kid, it became a real-life gift too. The producer handed it to Ralph Macchio, and he still has it parked in his garage.
Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
But not all sets were lighthearted. On Nighthawks, Rutger Hauer endured devastating loss when both his mother and his best friend passed away mid-production. He returned home for their funerals, came back within days, and finished the film. In his own words, it was the project that first got him noticed in Hollywood. Now to A Suit of Steel, Peter Weller nearly collapsed filming RoboCop. The costume was so heavy and suffocating that he was shedding 3 pounds of water weight a day. Eventually, they had to install air conditioning inside the suit just to keep him standing.
Drop it! Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Of course, sometimes movie magic comes from accidents. Take Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indy's quick gunshot against the sword-wielding thug wasn't scripted. Harrison Ford, weakened by food poisoning, suggested scrapping the whip routine and just shooting the guy. Not every behind-the-scenes moment was glamorous, though. When Clive Barker showed Hellraiser to his mom, she cried tears of joy at seeing his name in the credits. He leaned over and whispered that it would be the happiest she'd feel for the next 2 hours. Dark humor, fitting for a horror legend. Over at the Overlook Hotel, things were just as intense. In The Shining, Nicholson's axe scene was supposed to use a breakable door, but with his fire marshal training, he demolished it too easily. The crew had to bring in a real sturdier door just to slow him down. And to end on a touching note, after Stand By Me was screened for Stephen King, he was left trembling and silent. When he finally returned to the room, he told director Rob Reiner it was the best adaptation of his work he had ever seen. What these stories show us is that the magic of film isn't only in what we see, but in everything that went into making it. The sweat, the heartbreak, the accidents, and the happy surprises. That's what keeps these movies alive decades later. If you love discovering the untold stories behind the classics, join us here for more.